Hi, ladies. This is Stephanie San Antonio, and I have Brenda Beltz and Andrea Ortega, or AO as she's known, at 1.21 Interactive. And we are actually spotlighting 1.21 Interactive today in our SSA Client Spotlight. So I'm going to let you guys take it over from here and introduce yourselves and what your role is with the company and tell us a little bit more about what you guys do.
Brenda, you want to go?
Sure, I'll kick it off. So my name's Brenda. I'm the office manager, also known as the culture ambassador. I'm kind of the crazy idea lady that comes up with everything, and then our amazing team come and makes it into fruition. So I'll be sharing today some tips on how to navigate company culture in the remote world that it is. Also some in-person tips too. So I've been with the company now 7 years going, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be. So I'm excited to share with you guys what I've personally seen work today.
And I'm Andrea Ortega. I'm the HR manager here at 1.21. I've been with the company about 3.5 years, and wow, time has flown by. I do all things HR. One of my primary responsibilities, though, is recruitment, onboarding, getting people here, and then once they're here, making sure that their experience with us is as it should be, as our reputation is one of the best places to work in San Diego. So Brenda and I work closely together on culture and onboarding new hires and all the things in between. So that's what we do.
I'm so excited to work with you both. And I've just personally seen this company grow from teeny tiny, the start of the business, to where you guys are at now. There has been tremendous growth, organic growth that didn't require investors. I love that you guys have done this bootstrapped and on the ground, just running. And it's been really exciting to be a part of it. So thank you guys for working with us, and we're excited that you're here today. So I know we've asked you guys to tell us what questions would be appropriate to highlight the company. And I think one of the things I've noticed that has continued to evolve over the years, and I'd just love to reach out to you personally for ideas, is just what you guys do from a culture standpoint that stands out. And first, tell us who your typical employees are, the demographics, a little bit about who you're attracting, and then again, maybe go into detail about what exactly you guys do from a branding media perspective.
I'll start with kind of the employees that we're attracting. I mean, definitely culture fit is a huge part of what we want to make sure happens. So not only for us, but also for, potential employees. So because culture is such a huge part of 1.21, and we work really hard to maintain that, it's important that it's a fit for everybody. So we look for people who, depending on the position, obviously they have different skill sets. But aside from that, someone who really does enjoy, being around others that they work with, has, a sense of fun, he likes to do things with their coworkers, and has just a really, not necessarily a lightheartedness about them, but just, can kind of go with the flow and still work hard and get things done.
I like to identify us as a group of misfits, just a little bit off, but like a little fun.
I love that.
We definitely like to have fun. That is, that's like a requirement. You got to be able to have a little fun now and then.
And when it comes down to it, the people that I think that end up succeeding in our company are the hard workers, and that are just these creative geniuses, either in leadership roles or in their craft that they do on whatever aspect. And as far as what we've been doing company culture wise, with this COVID and everything that's brought on, for the ups and downs, one positive that we've created through this is our blog. And now, not maybe everyone is tech savvy to create a blog, but doesn't mean you can't get on there and interview an employee internally, share what they're doing, put it out in an email, some kind of fun literature, however that it looks like to you, whether that's electronic or paper. We also have something we've taken virtual. It is our peer award winner. We've used a simple Google form. Anybody who has Google can do it. And everyone from their home, or if they're in office that day, can give a shout out to somebody on their team or outside of their team that has gone above and beyond. We all know this has been crazy times. So give those shout outs, like give it out like it's candy on Halloween, like just do it. Also, another thing we've been doing is events. We just had a successful beach meetup day. People brought their own stuff. It was super easy, chill, really fun. I think everyone who left had a good sense of community. Great conversations were had with those who attended. We do our new hire swag. We ship out with all kinds of good things.
Awesome. And you ship it out, which is nice. You know, now that everybody's kind of hired virtually, you make sure they still get that warm welcome since they're not in the office.
And one thing that, just some feedback that I typically get. So I do the exit interviews when we do have people that leave us for whatever reason. And one of the things that they always say, and it just warms my heart, is that the onboarding process for them is amazing. So they feel from the time that they signed that offer letter, you know, until they start with us, that time period they feel really good about. And then beyond that, because onboarding just doesn't start on or stop the first day that they start with us. So, and also that the culture is one of their most favorite things about working here. So.
And we've done in-office days, while the teams are rotating through. I mean, you can go, there's some great resources online. Who knew it was National Chicken Finger Day? But we came across it. Who doesn't love fried chicken? So we celebrated, it's just take those little moments, touch on them, whatever it may be. Another thing is I really enjoy, and it takes effort on our not only our CEO, but our managers and our upper C levels, is taking the time to write handwritten notes for our award winners that we mail out with the gift card. There's something about getting that piece of mail with the handwritten words that means a lot. So I think for me, it's just focusing on the little touches. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know if now's a good time to share my screen to show you the visuals.
Do it. Yeah. See some visuals.
Reach has now been out of state. And so we don't have people here like we used to, everybody here in San Diego, I should say. So this is just a way not only for the San Diego people to stay connected, but also, our McFlys who are out in other states.
Yes. So perfect. I think you guys can,
by the way, is this meant to be internal, or is this attached to your website and meant to be both internal and external?
It's internal.
It's internal at this time. Okay. Yeah, internal at this time. But doesn't mean that you won't see these same things featured on our Instagram or social media, kind of things like that. These are, I think, part of our highlights. But you'll see here, we just give a recap of our event.
I love this.
If you look over here, we have one of our employees is known for his awful dad jokes. So we feature that on there. I mean, it's like you're in office, right? So we work really hard on maintaining this. So this is just a little fun feature. We also do spotlights, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. We have people that we feature not only for, let's read about Erin here.
She's one of our remote employees in Oregon. So she's our data visualization specialist. So this was a new position that we created. So pretty excited to have her.
She's created these and been featured. So we just wanted to share with people and connect her amazing talent. And I mean, there's some very interesting articles. If I go back, I don't want to make you sick here. We also have another she's a newer employee, local, but who knew that she's into dance? And now we all might be taking a dance class next week, next month. So it's intro to hip hop. So, you could try and connect people on whatever level that may be. Like I mentioned, our award, look at how cute these are by our designers. Who doesn't want an image like this of themselves with words of recognition? Mm-hmm. So just honoring those people that really don't skip a beat, even with everything that's happening right now. They just hit the ground running and they keep it running.
I love it. And it's so important because you have to it's almost like you have to work even harder to make sure people are recognized when you don't see them in person.
Right.
So, and I know for you guys before the pandemic, you built out this amazing office space in Scripps Ranch.
It's beautiful.
And part of it was your culture was getting everybody together, and it was the community that you guys were, forming and evolving, and that was a really big part of your culture, is is the kitchen, the food, just the environment. And so for you guys, I can just see that you guys have successfully transitioned to adopting work remote and really done a great job with just all of this outreach and recognition virtually. So kudos to you guys.
And
Thank you.
And we found that like it does end up working, for now, hybrid, so I think people really enjoy coming back into the office, just seeing each other face to face, even if it's one day a week, because you just need that connection with each other. You get to see your manager, you get to see your peers, you get to have lunch with people that you like and enjoy spending time with. And so that's, it's been working. So I think we've done a good job with that.
Awesome. And I'm going to follow up if you want to, is there anything else you want to share, Brenda?
I just was going to show this. It's our simple Google form, which anybody can have access to. There's all kinds of free sites that you can design your own little graphic. But it's really cool. It links all the inputs here. Well, I should start off with, this is for people in remote or in office that want to give a shout out to somebody who's gone above and beyond. And we all need that extra recognition right now. So it's a simple form here. You just click it, submit it, and then it puts it in an Excel spreadsheet. All the managers have access to it. And then we can post it on our blog with everyone's words. We can pick whoever gets nominated the most, gets the handwritten card and notes. So it's just another little recognition.
Yeah.
This is awesome. So it's like you have all of this great feedback for highlighting people on your blog, and then you have an award for who gets the most shout outs. So
right.
I love that.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys, I know this wasn't really part of the questions that I sent you, but obviously you guys have had tenure at the organization. And I want to know what's like the most memorable moment or party or like event, or what when you think of 1Point21 Interactive and your experience there, what has been the most fun, or anything you want to share about an event that just was above and beyond, like, wow, that was amazing. It solidified you loving this company that you work with.
Oh gosh. Well, for me, I mean, definitely being a part of, it's a little bit different than just like the culture aspect, but one of the things that I love that they do is, as a manager, it's so nice to be able to go on a trip, with your peers and just connect on a different level and really feel appreciated for the work that you do. It's not just for managers. It's once you've been here 5 years, you can go on the trip as well. It's the president's trip, and it depends on where it's at. I mean, it's been a little bit, wonky with COVID. But for me, that just made me feel like, okay, I am part of a solid team, and, the owner, the owners, they appreciate, what we bring to the table and what we do. And it feels really good. So for me, that just solidified, I felt like a huge part of the company before, but it meant a lot so that they do that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Brenda, what about you?
So I think the first one where I felt like, okay, I think I really fit in here is when we had our 10-year karaoke competition. And I mean, I don't know if anybody would want me to share that video, but there's some real good performances. And it was just everyone being silly and fun. And that was at 10 years, and to see us grow now annually. I love our summer games. We have that coming up in September. We're doing a San Diego summer games this year. And it's just a time that we all break out, get on the field. Again, I come up with some kooky games, and we all work together and spend the time. Then we can go have a drink and hang out and just kind of reconnect, have that camaraderie, and have, I think more than ever during COVID, it's the normal moments that people really hang on to. And I look forward to that.
Yeah.
One of the members of the defending teams, champions from the last
one. I'm so mad.
Oh, it feels so good.
I think part of what's going to allow hybrid to exist and to continue is just the fact that you guys do so much social and so many opportunities for your team to connect in different ways outside of work. That will keep people connected. So, and it'll allow you to continue recruiting nationally instead of just locally. So.
And one thing on that is we do really work hard at making sure that what we do socially outside of like the work adds value for people, because, you know, we've had a lot of discussions around, you know, if we do this and put all the work into it, you know, and it doesn't mean anything for people, why are we doing it? So we definitely, that's always in the back, well, not in the back, but right up in the forefront of our minds is before we plan something, are people going to want to do this? Is this going to be meaningful for them? Is this going to be not only fun, but is it going to allow them to connect with others? So that I feel like, and I know Brenda does too, is so important because it is a lot of work and
being intentional.
Yeah, exactly.
And making sure that it's, going to be valued.
Yes. And I think to add on to that, it's the shift too with this right now is that, you know, before listen, you know us, we go big, we go grand, right? So we've had to bring it in and it's about quality too.
Yes.
So maybe right now, not everyone feels comfortable attending, but those that do will get something out of it.
Yeah. And they'll talk to other people who maybe aren't comfortable and say, look, it was really fun, you know, come next time, come join us. And so it's just bringing people together.
I think one of my favorite events that I know you guys have put on in the past is just around Halloween and really inviting family and kids.
Yes.
And I just love that. Everybody dresses up, bring your children. It's a little trick or treat for the family. And I love that you guys are so family friendly as well, because that also, I think, bonds and forms a different community within your organization and just lets people know that like your employer cares about you and your family. And we know that family's first. And I really appreciate and love that you guys do that. So,
you know, and that's one of the things that we appreciate about you too, Stephanie, is you really do, well, me, especially around, you know, enrollment time, benefits enrollment time is figuring out and talking together about, you know, what can we do? What can we add that people are going to really care about? So,
thanks, Kat.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
We
love you.
I feel like we've grown up together having our babies and this companies that support women and children. I think that's huge. So again, thanks you.
Not everybody has kids here. So, you know, we bring our dogs to work. So that's.
And there's that.
I'm a new fur baby.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, so now 2 kids and a fur baby, huh?
Don't know what I was thinking. Youngest is off to kindergarten. I'm like, my
girl?
life's too simple. Let's add more.
Oh man. People ask me, am I going to go for a third? And I'm like, no, definitely not. No, absolutely not. I have 2 kids that just broke their bones. No, I'm not adding a third. Barely handled 2.
Yeah.
Any last comments or anything you want to share?
Yeah, a little. I mean, one thing I want to say is, you know, I know there's other business owners out there, other HR people, other culture ambassadors. If anybody is struggling or needs some advice, you know, wants to share tips, I mean, I know that we would be happy to do that because it's, you know, it's about everybody, and San Diego is an amazing community. And I think just supporting each other during this time and any time, honestly, is so very important.
Yeah, thank you guys. You guys have always been so great at sharing and being open with what you guys have done that has been successful. And I really appreciate that openness.
And I want to be honest, you know, all of our efforts aren't home runs. You know, there's times that we are trying to make this up as we go. And to back up what Andrea is saying is, having a community where you can bounce those ideas off. What worked for you? What are you doing? You know, I think that really helps. And that's something that we will always be open if anybody wants to reach out and find out. I think if anybody's looking to improve their culture, I would say just start small, start true to who you are and your company, and just make those little steps. And it's like ranking in SEO in the Google algorithm. You don't know unless you try. You got to try different ways. You got to mix it all up. So if anybody wants any tips, what have worked for us, how to get started, just reach out.
Yep.
And one of the things we can all attest to is it's constantly evolving. based on the social and economic issues that come up. We just are dealing with a year and a half going back into, you know, with COVID, just getting like everybody was just getting excited to go back to the office. And then we're like, wah, a couple steps back. Right. So I think just you guys have done a great job at evolving and shifting and taking, you know, steps forward. But if things don't work, you know, having to regroup, pivot, and keep trucking on and trying new things. So you guys are awesome. I loved working with you. I think you do an amazing job. And I really wanted to highlight the culture that you guys have continued to cultivate through COVID, before COVID, having an office, not being able to go to the office. And I'm just a big fan and really appreciate what you guys do, and look forward to continuing to grow together.
Well, the respect and love is mutual, Steph.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate your time, and we'll see you later.
Okay. All right. Have a good day.
Bye.